Hey guys, it's been a while.
Richard? It's been a while, yeah.
All right, I did. I was getting ready to send you guys Christmas cards, but I saw you.
Appreciate that.
Richard, I want to ask you, we talked to Bruce last week about you kind of dabbling at safety. Just want to ask you how Sunday went for you and how confident you were stepping in.
Well, I mean, it was football, so I felt good about going in. You know, anytime you're on the football field, I still understand the concepts, understand the defense. Just different spot on the field, different adjustments, different communication. But I felt good. Obviously, it was a limited capacity. They kept the playbook small when I was out there, and I appreciated that. But I had a good time.
How much more prepared did you feel going in instead of just coming off the couch and jumping in action?
A lot. I'd say 10 times better. It's much better, you know, being, you know, in the program, conditioning, lifting weights, just being around, not having the stress of trying to relearn the playbook, you know, that week, and, you know, it's anxiety. So I felt a lot better.
What have you learned about this team watching them over these few months now?
It's a really talented team, obviously. Very resilient, very detail-oriented, and guys play hard and guys are always prepared, you know, for when a guy goes down, next guy steps up and is really prepared. They play hard, explosive offensively. We just got to find a way defensively to stay consistent and, you know, keep our foot on the gas.
So you were out there with their teammates, and even though you weren't playing, you were doing quite a bit of coaching. Have you given any of that, you know, serious thought for when your playing days, whenever they come to an end, if that's something you might pursue? I know you also have the podcast too, which is you do some media stuff as well.
Yeah, I'll probably just go in the media, you know, unless somebody gives me an offer I can't refuse. I think media is more the avenue. I want to be able to criticize the game without no criticism coming to me. You know, I think that's really pretty fun. Hey, this guy needs to play better. He needs to catch the ball. He needs to do this. You know, then I ain't got to worry about it. Players just getting upset. But I think that's the route I want to take more so than going into coaching. I think, you know, I'll coach my son's soccer team and football team and things like that, but I won't go in professionally. If guys want help or I can, you know, tutor any guys or mentor any guys, I'd be happy to do so.
Richard, you came up with,
Sorry, we'll go back and forth. Well, it's always a division game, and it's a very tough division opponent. I don't think we've beat them in the last 2 years in the regular season. So it's a game that we really, you know, we're really going to be locked in. They're really physical. Obviously, Sean does a great job being diverse regardless of who's at the quarterback spot. He gets the ball into his playmakers' hands. It's going to be a physical, very physical game, and we got to be smart. Last time we played them, we gave away a few possessions with some uncharacteristic penalties, and we looked to correct that this time.
regardless of where you're out there on the field, you came up with another interception. The ball skills, just ball skills.
Yeah, hey, as long as you know, that they say that's the most important thing. You know, I was talking to Mike Evans the other day. I said, you've caught hundreds and hundreds of passes, and I've caught 41, and they treat us like we're the same. You know, when you play defense, you only got to catch a couple of them, you know, and, you know, that's one thing God bless me with the ability to catch the football, to recognize it, to bring it down, and hopefully that continues. I need 3 more to get 40 in the regular season, but I still don't understand why they don't count playoff picks. I mean, it's like the hardest time to catch them. You know, these are the most important games, and you're saying these don't count. It's not like these are preseason games, you know. But that's a story for a different day.
They did for Tom on his 700.
Right. They count them for the quarterbacks.
They're like 600. How do you go from 600 to 700? It's like one's regular season,
One's
playoff.
playoff. Right. But when we're looking for our postseason interceptions, it's like, hey, you won't give me 41?
You talked on your podcast about how different the tackling angles are further back.
All right, now I missed one. The jinx myself. Yeah, it's different, you know, and it's something I got to continue to work on. I need to continue to. That's what I'll work on this week in practice is just tracking. You know, I still haven't got the reps I'm looking for in terms of tracking and getting my body on people and being able to get my rhythm in that sense. And so that's what I'll be on this entire week is just making sure that doesn't happen again.
Speaking of Tom, you know, obviously you put a ton of preparation into what you do, and you've done it, and that's why you've been so good all these years. I didn't know from your vantage point, like, because people always talk about, you know, he's so different after these bye weeks, these late bye weeks, or after Thanksgiving, you know, like the month of December. Have you noticed anything that's kind of different about him versus, you know, Russell, you know, guys that you've played with that really just speaks to the preparation that he does or why he's been so good this late in the season, or late in the season every year, I should say?
I don't think I've ever come into the facility and his car's not been there. You know, no matter how early or how late you come in, his car's going to be there. And I think I think that goes, every day it's something different, whether it's him meeting with the quarterback, the coordinator, him meeting alone or going to the offensive line, or, he takes the time to make sure not only is he prepared and making sure he's on his assignment, he literally goes group by group and makes sure everybody's on the same page. And I think that kind of attention to detail is rare. I mean, you got guys who may meet extra as a whole offense, but I don't think you can have a quarterback that literally individually meets with each group to make sure, hey, I'm sitting in the running backs room. We're going to talk about this. I'm going to sit in the O-line room. We're going to go over this. We're going to spend extra time as an offense. We're going to stay on the field later and go over plays and make sure that, hey, like him and Perriman, just last week and the week before, we're working on their time and after practice almost every day. And I think that's, those are some of the details that have made him who he is.
You've been part of so many championships. When this time of year comes and the pads come off, right, and the games are bigger and there's fewer of them, is there just a feeling when that you get with this team? This is a Super Bowl champion, right? But how does it feel to be around a team that is going to be in the mix for this?
It feels great. It always feels great to be in the mix. I've been part of 3 Super Bowl teams, and all 3 of them we ended up being the 1 seed and having to bye and being able to get through the playoffs. But it feels good. You feel the energy from the veterans. You feel the focus. You feel guys preparing for that last run. They know what it takes. That, once these 4 games are over, the season is over, and that's the new season just begins.
Bruce had mentioned right after the game, this is a hat and T-shirt game, a chance to win the division title for the first time in 14 years. Is there a danger seeing a Saints team, knowing that what's out there in your control, that they're coming in struggling, that you may look past them a little bit?
No, because they beat us, and I think maybe if they hadn't beat us, I'd be more worried about it if it wasn't a division game against a big time division rival. But we've literally had no success versus them in the regular season in the last 2 years, and so there's not zero bit of looking past them or looking to the next game or any of that. I think we are laser focused on this team and going to give them our best shot.
What's it like coming to this team and kind of having a different role, right? Like you were always kind of the guy that all right, he's the starter, he's out there, and he's got that spot on the field on lockdown. It's a little different now. You come into a season, the season's already started, and you're not really sure of your role. Maybe it's a backup role. You step in as a starter when needed. What has that been like for you, kind of making that adjustment?
It's been fun. You're just grateful for the opportunity to play football. You still playing a kid's game. You're still getting to do what you love. You're still getting to have impact on young guys, not even just on the field, off the field, and trying to help them be great men and great people. And so I'm just grateful for the opportunity. I'm having fun. I'm thankful that, the Bucs took a shot on me, give me a chance to play the game I love and be on a team that's in contention to win a championship. So it's definitely different than what I'm used to, but, I'm grateful, just like I was when I'm taking every snap. I'm just grateful for an opportunity.
Sure. Last year, PA said that if defensive backs can catch the ball, they'd be wide receivers. What do you say to that?
Well, I was a wide receiver, and I'd say I think that's why I got so many of them, and I led because I was a wide receiver, and I take that into account every time when they put that ball up. I can judge the trajectory. I know where to get. I rarely ever drop them, but I think in most cases he's right.
Sean Payton is ultra competitive when it comes to games. He talks a lot on the sidelines. Do you ever hear some of the stuff he's trying to say to get under guys' skin?
No, I've never heard him. We've only played him a few times, but I've never heard him say anything to me. I don't know if that's just a respect thing or it's just we rarely ever play. But I guess I'll be looking for it this week.
I mean, you guys were friends before you got here. Some people have told me they're always a little surprised because he's kind of buttoned up with the media, but he can let out some colorful language. People are starting to see that a little more in the Man in the Arena that's come out. Were you surprised at all when you got to know him a little more and you could see a little bit of that behind the scenes and just how fired up he gets on game day?
No. I wasn't surprised because he's human. You know what I mean? I think some people look past the human element and they're like, oh, these guys are robotic or he's this persona. And if you look at people like people, then you shouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna have fun. He's gonna be a person. He's a dad. He's a husband. He's a friend. He's a brother. I would expect him. Otherwise, I'd be kind of taken aback if he was anything other than what he is now. I'd be like, this guy's fake. This guy is the $3 bill because he doesn't feel genuine. But he's as genuine as they come.
Richard, I'm curious, your first press conference when you came here and you you only had a short time to meet the guys, and you were like, man, they take pride in being number one against the run. I'm wondering, was there any talk after this last game of letting Buffalo come back with that big lead, you know, and with the pride that this defense has?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, some of those runs are quarterback uncharacteristic, and they're just, you know, quarterback runs are always tough to deal with. But there is a sense of urgency to the defense and a sense of understanding that cannot happen ever again. You know, regardless of what the scenario, what the situation is, especially going into the playoffs, it's time to button it up. And I think guys have gotten that message. TB really gave it to us in the meeting, obviously after the game, and we're going to get that fixed. Thank you.